Good morning and welcome back to our playthrough of Pokémon Crystal. I emphasize morning because in this episode we're going to be going after Phanpy, which is only available in a very specific time block throughout the day in the morning. So for those that don't know, Pokémon Crystal has a very specific time block for the morning, which is from 4 a.m. to 9:59 a.m. Daytime is at 10 a.m. And runs to 5:59 p.m. And then night is at 6 p.m. to 3:59 a.m. So we're going to go double back from Violet City, and we're going to go back to Route 46, which is just in between New Bark and Cherry Grove. So we should be able to find one pretty early on in the game, probably earlier than this video if you're doing a playthrough right beside me. But we're going to double back and we're going to grab that because as I'm building my team, I'm like, I really want to get a Donphin, and we're going to go and have to track down a Phanpy to do that. So we're just going back. We're going to cut through Cherry Grove. We're going to go to the east or to the right a little bit, and then we should be able to encounter that route. Just like it's like right in the northern part in between Cherry Grove and New Bark. So you could have like captured that like way early on yourself, depending on what time of day you play the game. But I sleep a lot, so I miss out on the morning stuff sometimes. And I don't have a lot of time, so I have to go through and catch this now. Of course, if you are in a position where you're trying to catch Phanpy, and for whatever reason it's just like not working out the time period that you need to encounter it, and you just constantly find yourself coming in at 10 a.m. or something like that, and you're just not able to encounter one, I'm sure there are ways to manipulate the time of day just as there are for the date. So don't worry about it. It's not really a huge deal. But it's available every day, Monday through... well, Monday, I guess. Monday through Sunday. But yeah, we should be able to find it right up in here. Now, I do believe it has about a 5% encounter rate, so we kind of just got to walk around until we encounter that. I was doing a little research on this area, because I don't think I explored this in Pokemon Gold version, the playthrough that I did just before this. But this section... well, maybe I did. I don't remember. But regardless, in Pokemon Crystal, this section is only accessible, I think, through Dark Cave or something? And you need to have at least 3 badges to get through this, because you need... some like HMs and specific moves to get through it. Strength and Rock Smash, and then you can show up here. Otherwise, from this angle, like, it's kind of weird because like you can come to this point very quickly in the game, obviously, but you can't go further than this. I don't know what circumstances you would have to like be past the little ledges there on the northern side of that you would need to jump down and like, I don't know why you would need to be here. Like, I have no idea what benefit there is for that, but whatever. Maybe it'll make sense later when we continue the playthrough. But for now, we're just going to be hunting around for a Phanpy. I'm looking for a male Phanpy. And then you can see, obviously, the other Pokemon that are available here. Just taking a look at this. So Rattata is a pretty strong... not strong, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a pretty frequent wild encounter in here. Spearow. Jigglypuff has I guess, a very... yeah, a 5% chance of showing up here as well to the morning, day, and the night. Geodude is probably the most common thing that we're going to run into. Yeah, which is a little frustrating, but what are you going to do? And then Phanpy has a 5% rate only in the morning. So from 4 a.m. to 9:59 a.m. we can run through here and try to find a Phanpy, but that's a Crystal exclusive as well. It's not something that's in Gold and Silver. I think Phanpy was like available way later. Now, I got a handful of Pokemon that know Hypnosis, so that'll be very useful when trying to keep this thing from getting away from me. But I'm stoked because this is going to be... this specific Pokemon team that I'm trying to build is one that I've never had before. I'm really doing a mixed bag. The only problem that I have right now is if you look at the lineup, which you can see down below, consisting of Ghastly, Hoppip, and Poliwag, is that Poliwag has 2 choices of evolution in its final stage. It's got Poliwrath, and it has Politoed. I don't want to have too many Gen 1 Pokemon in here. I really wanted to focus and emphasize having a Gen 2 team. And Ghastly and Poliwag obviously are Gen 1 Pokemon. The concern I have now, though, is well, I can totally circumvent that by evolving Poliwhirl into Politoed. I'm not really a big fan of Politoed. I wanted a Poliwrath. But the problem with that is I need a Water Stone. And so I'm like, ugh, I might be able to get one early on in the game. Well, not early, but I might be able to get one from one of the fishermen. Maybe. But that's just a total crapshoot. Otherwise, I have to wait until we beat the Johto portion and head over to Kanto in order to get a Water Stone. So I don't know. I'm thinking I might just hack one in because I just don't want to deal. Like, I really want a Poliwrath and I just don't. I don't know. I know. I might just like. Yeah, I think I might Game Shark one in just because I want to have that for the Elite Four. It depends. It depends on how I feel. I'm still determining what my team is going to be, and right now I'm so set on Poliwrath. But now that we have Phanpy somewhere in the grass, Donphin is also going to make a really great option. Now I'm looking for a male one, so while there's a very small, slender, slim chance here to run into one, there's no way to tell what gender it'll be until we encounter it. So it might be a female one, so we're going to be here for a little bit. And I only have a little while to do this too. The time right now is 9:14 in the 9:15 in the AM, and I only have until 9:59. Now I should have plenty of time to catch this thing, but kind of nervous. You know what I mean? Just because, like, from a content creation standpoint, I'm sitting here trying to fill in the dead air with conversation, and I also want to, like, I try to avoid edits if I can. If I don't like cutting things out, I don't like doing anything like that. So now we're just gonna have to walk back and forth in this grass the whole time, which is very different than how I did things in Pokemon Gold, I think. I was very particular about how I went about that playthrough, just because I was kind of feeling the nostalgia, because Gen 2 is my favorite generation, and Pokemon Gold version is my favorite Pokemon game. For nostalgia reasons, it's not, and sentimental reasons, it's not the best game, okay? I've conversed a great deal about this, and I stand by that Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal are probably, well, I think those specifically, because I wouldn't say Heart Gold and Soul Silver fall into this category, but I think Gold, Silver, and Crystal are probably the worst gen. Just because of some bonehead moves. Like the certain Gen 2 Pokemon available only in Kanto makes no sense. Elemental Stones only in Kanto makes no sense. The level curve is really annoying. All the gym leaders are weak. And I get why they tried to do that, you know, because there's 16 gym leaders that you face. But, like, there was a better way to handle it, I think. There was a smarter way to go about that. I don't know. I think about that a lot. I think about, like, my ideal Pokemon game would still be involving the sprite work of these early generations. I'd probably say, like, Gen 5 consisting of the black and white generations, or games rather. Those were some pretty good games, but I think the best generation was probably Gen 4. Platinum is probably the best Pokemon game, simply because of everything that it incorporates, all the new Pokemon, the sprite work. Like, it's just, everything is just so good. The protagonist, the layout, visuals, everything is just so pleasing in that game. I just love it. It's just so good. I would like to take all the elements of Platinum and, like, rebuild a Pokemon game in my image someday. Level scaling would be a big part of it. And I'd heard that, like, we're playing Pokemon Crystal right now, but apparently there's a ROM hack out there called Crystal Clear, which is on my whiteboard as a game that I want to play someday. It's hailed as, like, the best Pokemon hack ever made, and many argue that it's, like, the best Pokemon game ever made, despite being fan-made. And I believe, don't quote me on this, it's just something that I remember being told or reading, or maybe I made it up in a dream, I don't know, but I'm under the impression that it has level scaling, which I think is fantastic. Because you think about, like the anime, like Ash Ketchum, right? He's in a completely different universe, but he's the type of character that loves to mix up his Pokemon. I think most of us are probably not like that. Or I can't say most because I don't know, but I would say many of us are probably not like that, where we usually go after the Pokemon that we like the most. I have heard that, like, there's a lot of people in my Discord server that have talked to me about, like, Pokemon they want to see, how they do their Pokemon games and all that stuff. It's very interesting hearing different perspectives. Growing up, most people were like, I'm going to go and I'm going to get my favorite Pokemon and that's how I'm going to do it. But now, like, I'm seeing, now that we have, like, internet connectivity and I can talk to a lot of you guys, many of you are like, I just want to do something different. I want to have a different team. I'm going to add this Pokemon and that Pokemon. And I was very surprised at how devoted to diversity players were. I found that very fascinating. So I was like, wow, there's a lot of you guys that really want to just, like, do something different, which is what I'm doing now. I think I have never had a Poliwrath on my team. I have never had a Hoppip or its evolutions on my team. And I actually really like Jumpluff. Like, I really like it. I've loved Jumpluff ever since the Neo Genesis trading card set came out, because it was one of the early shinies that I pulled out of a pack. God, I miss those days so much. Man. The Gen 2 Pokemon card sets for Neo Genesis and Discovery and Destiny, like, all those things were that was my favorite set of expansions in the trading card game, and they consisted of like just beautiful artwork and beautiful like holographic cards. So good back then. Now I have them all, so I'm excited about that. I have a complete first edition set of each one of those, and that, oof, I look at that every time and I'm hit with a wave of nostalgia as a little kid. I just remember so many stories like of like trying to get like Pokemon card packs. I remember one story in particular where I was tracking down some Neo sets that I really wanted, like Lugia and Espeon. I actually pulled a first edition Espeon card out of a pack once, and I still have that exact same card. I have two of them, but I have one is the one that I got out of a pack, and that was that blew my mind. It's in like mint pristine condition, but I don't trust sending them into grading companies because like I don't know, like, dude, I can grade my own cards, okay? Like, there's no white fringe, there's no little scratches or anything. I don't need you to put it in a plastic slab. I don't know. That's just so extra. You know what I mean? That's the same sort of thing that you see when people like buy Nike shoes and they put them on the shelf, you know? Like for display purposes. It's one thing if you have a large collection and you don't have anywhere to put them and it's easy to put it like, okay, like sure, you have a shoe rack, I get it, you know? But like if you've got a wall of Nikes behind you, like showing off your shoe collection, like, dude, these are feet covers, okay? You probably step in like dog poop and pee like all day long. These are shoes. And don't tell me you come home and clean your shoes. My God. It's ridiculous. But even though that has nothing to do with Pokemon cards, ADHD kicking in hard. I remember one story when I was visiting a family member for the summer, and we were driving around doing our thing, and I remember there was a card shop nearby. No idea whether or not they actually had Pokemon cards, but I remember there was a card shop. And this memory stuck with me for a long time, and I'll tell you why, because it's not very interesting. It's the why that's interesting. The story itself is not. And I remember it was late in the afternoon, maybe it was 6 p.m. or something like that. So I guess nighttime, I guess, if you want to call it that, but the sun was still out. And we were driving around, and I was almost demanding, like, because I felt like a real strong wave of anxiety and impatience, and I was demanding my family member stop by at that card shop so I could look to see if they had Pokemon cards. And while not knowing whether or not they sold Pokemon cards, I was being told that card shop was not open. And I was just so insistent. I'm like, let's just check. Like, you know, we don't know for sure. You never know. Maybe they're open late, like blah, 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 blah. And that was like, and I was able to pull it off. Like I was able to convince the family member to drive me there. So we get there and we look and it's closed. Like the card shop is closed. And I have no idea whether or not I ever went back to that card shop. I have no idea whether or not they sold Pokemon cards. I don't know. I just remember the story of me like being so pushy about, yeah, finally. Pushy about getting one, and it's mail. Perfect. And this would be really easy to catch. But the thing that stuck with me with that is that was the first time, because I was very young, that was the first time I ever truly experienced like anxiety and that level of impatience. And that story has stuck with me for so long. What the hell just happened? Wait, what? Did I just run from it? Did I just run from that? No, I did not. I was talking and I was on autopilot. No, did I run? Son of a, no! Oh, damn it. What was I doing? Moron. Why did I do, oh God, what a dummy. That was perfect. He was low level. I could have honestly just thrown a Pokeball. I didn't need to switch. I was gonna do Ghastly for Hypnosis. Damn it, I got stuck in my stupid story. It wasn't even an interesting story. It wasn't even interesting. That's life, though, I guess. Damn it. Anyway. Damn it. Anyway, the whole point of that story is just that as a young kid, I realized that, like, I had issues with being impatient and anxiety, and that's when I sort of realized it was like, man, kid, you might have some mental problems. Just because I wouldn't listen. And from that day forward, I sort of knew, like, that I didn't trust. I had huge trust issues, and I just didn't believe anyone unless I could see it for myself, which is a problem, because like obviously like there's some people that just like have no reason to lie to you. But like sometimes as a kid, you know, when you're like with your parents and you can kind of tell they're over it, maybe over the day, maybe over you and your attitude, maybe they just want to be alone, maybe they just can't stand being around the kid any longer. Like that's how I always felt. I mean, if you didn't feel that way, great, but like I always felt like there was a parent that was just like, they were so tired of just my presence. And I think that's why I sort of like migrated towards video games, because I would always just go off alone and do my own thing. Like why would I want to hang out with someone who gave me sort of the impression they don't want to be around me? You know what I mean? And so I think the reason why I was so pushy about wanting to go to that card shop to see if they had any Pokemon cards was because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, you're an adult and I'm just a kid. I have a feeling you're probably making excuses because you probably just don't want to go. Like, you don't want to do it. And it's kind of like a revelation here thinking about this now, but like, that's honestly how I felt. Like, growing up was really tough. You know, kind of feeling like you were a burden to a lot of people. And so anytime I was trying to do something like that, I'm like, I just want to see, I've got my own money, I want to buy my own Pokemon cards or whatever. And they were just like, they're not open. Like, I just didn't want to buy it because I'm like, there's a good chance that you were probably just saying that because you don't want to go out of your way for me and you just want to like go home and, you know, have a drink or something. Dang. I didn't mean to make this all like sad and stuff, so I apologize. I don't know, just sharing my thoughts, sharing my memories, sharing the memes here, and I just like kind of took a little sad turn, so oh boy, apologize about that. Yeah, thank God. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Oh, there you are. We're not making this mistake again. I'm just throwing a Pokeball. I should have some here. Yeah. He'll probably break out of it because I always feel like the higher your Pokemon's defenses are, he could like shake the Pokemon off. Yeah, or shake the Pokeball off. Yeah, see, okay. All right, this time we're going to pay close attention and we're not going to be a moron and run away. Because I'm pretty sure that's what I did. Pokemon. Ghastly. And I think also with Ghastly, he won't be able to take any... Well, Phanpy probably doesn't know any moves. Oh, he flees. That's what he was doing. So I didn't run. Oh, good to know. I think Ghastly can learn Mean Look. And that might be useful. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, let's take a look real fast at Ghastly, because he should learn Mean Look in just a bit. And if that's the case, I might just grab Mean Look so he can't flee. Okay, good to know. I'm not as embarrassed as before knowing that he fled that way. So he learns Mean Look at level 8 in Gen 9, which is dumb. Mean Look at level 13 in Gen 2. Interesting. Okay, we might have to do that real quick. Shoot, I don't have as much time as I would like here. Okay. All right, let me do a quick little grind, and then I'm going to do my best to try and get Ghastly to level 13, get Mean Look, and then we're going to go for it, okay? I'll be back in just a second. Okay, we're good now. Time to track down Phanpy. We got Mean Look at level 13 for Ghastly. We got to go, though. We got to get this done, son. I didn't realize that he fled. That was kind of embarrassing. I was like, oh man, yeah, that would have, I was like, oh man, I thought I ran away from it. I also couldn't, grinding here took way too long. I had to go up back north to, toward Violet City just to kind of level up, just because it was taking too long down here. These guys were too low level. So just kind of be prepared for that. Having a Ghastly that knows Mean Look at level 13. Oh, ideal, baby. All right, finally, I ran into a couple of different Phanpy, and then we got a male one that showed up. So first thing we're gonna do is Mean Look this thing. There you go. You ain't running away, baby. Haha, can't escape now. Can't escape now. That's what I'm talking about. Fled from me twice, not again. Hypnosis. If I lick him, it'll knock him out. So we're not gonna do that. He's probably gonna break out of most of my Pokeballs, but I really wanna have him on the team. So we're going to go ahead and just toss over as many as we can. I'm sure he's going to break out. Yep, figured. That's fine. Still asleep. Not worried about it. Yeah, Pokeball again. We got him. Heck yeah. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, let's adjust that real quick and put him here. Oh, that's so exciting. We got this little dude. I'm gonna make him a little smaller. There we go. I think that fits. Awesome. Cool. Phanpy was caught. Awesome. Phanpy, the long-nosed Pokemon. During the deserted morning hours, it comes ashore where it... Okay. All right, whatever. Sweet. So we got a wild Phanpy. Stoked on that, and we did it right at the cusp. It's like literally a couple minutes until morning is over, so I'm stoked on that. But we'll continue back towards Violet City in the next episode of the playthrough because we have a lot of stuff to do there. Regardless, thank you guys for watching this episode of Pokemon Crystal. If you found it helpful, useful, fun, entertaining in any way, shape, or form, you can show your love by hitting the like button. Do not forget to subscribe. Any feedback for me, leave in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Also, don't forget to take a look at the description box. There's some links that might be of interest to you, one of which is a link to the Marcanine community Discord server. If you want to be part of that group, you can chat with me directly. Also, I kind of feel like I should really emphasize this, but like I'm not a big user of social media, so I've kind of gone around and taken away a lot of the links and a lot of the things from the description box from recent videos that show my social media, because like while they may be accounts that I own, I don't use them. If you want to get in touch with me, hit me up in Discord. I'm very active there, and I try to chat with everyone as best I can. So I don't know, if you have something you want to say, come hit me up. Otherwise, just know that I appreciate you and your time, and hope to see you when we continue with more of our playthrough of Pokemon Crystal. All right, guys, that's it for me. Take care, be well. I'll see you next time. Later.